The thing I like about it most is that it has, at the beginning of it, it looks like it's going to be one of those awkward relationship films, which is a 35-year-old man and the 19-year-old girl. And there's one moment when he sits down and he starts figuring out, when I was 16, she was nil, but when I'm 77, she'll be 62. And he kind of figures, okay, so starts to forgive himself, thinks it's all right. And if it was a Woody Allen...
Obviously your maths is slightly out.
No, but you know what I mean. We're in the right kind of area. And but what's really lovely is that the film actually isn't about that. It is as he says, a sort of treatise on age appropriateness, and all the way through there are these mirrors. The fact that the Richard Jenkins professor at the beginning of it retires, he says, I'm ready to retire, and then the minute he's retired, he doesn't want to retire. He desperately wants back into the collegiate institution. In fact, as a result of it, becomes bitter and crabby and difficult. Isn't Jesse's character doing the same thing, this hankering for college, to get back to the green fields of the campus? When he first turns up at the campus, he literally strokes trees and lies back in the grass and beams at people going by on bicycles and playing guitars, like some kind of idealised view of lost youth, which of course only exists in the eyes of someone for whom it is in the past. And everywhere through the film, then of course he idolises his romance, his romantics teacher, and there's one fabulous thing about having the least romantic experience of his life with his romance teacher, and all the way through these parallels work and they tie up. Now I think it's not without fault. I think there's a sort of encompassing narrative about a woman that he meets in a bookshop which doesn't quite work, and it feels like it ties its ends up slightly too neatly. But I forgive it for that, because it is basically a film about aging, about growth, about growing up, and it's charming and funny, and there are individual observations in it, like that conversation about the book that may or may not be Twilight, which are...
Well, no, it is.
It is, yeah.
It clearly is Twilight, with a different cover.
Which are genuinely funny. Richard Jenkins, absolutely brilliant. Elizabeth Olsen is terrific. I mean, Martha Marcy May Marlene is still, the thing I think that was, ushered her into the world. The idea that she was cast before he'd seen that shows great foresight on his part, because obviously once you've seen that, you realise, wow, she is really something. But she's dead good. She's incredibly natural. And the scenes between them are played very naturally. But what I like about it is it doesn't let itself off the hook. It does end up being a film about what does it mean to be middle-aged? What does it mean to be young? What does it mean to be old? Why is it that we're so fascinated with youth? And doesn't that fascination only exist in the minds of people for whom it has passed? I think it does that very well. And I think Zac Efron's cameo is beautifully judged, exactly as he says, because Efron doesn't do it ironically. That lovely line about, you read the books, but not ironically. That's exactly it. And Efron does it completely non-ironically. And, not perfect, but pretty damn good.